Okay, so I've been getting several requests from Steam friends to help them make a uh, Unturned server after I put mine up. Now, I've went through the process of trying to find ways to host a server from my personal computer, but many different ways. And I worked for 2 days tediously trying to find ways. And I found a way called USO, Unturned Server Organizer. So if you go to the website, you can find it easily just by searching USO or Unturned Server Organizer, which is right on screen right now, and click the download link. And then once it installs, it will install a server file and an USO file. Now the server file downloads all this stuff here, which helps USO connect to Steam Network and display your server nicely and stuff like that. Then we'll also download a new version of the game, Unturned, from your download of the game. So it's best to have a fresh, a clean version of the game, no mods installed, to make this work the best as it can. And they'll download all these except for this one and this one, because I added those to make it a bit easier to start the server if USO wasn't working, but I have not run into that problem yet, because USO, it works up pretty good. Now, when you get USO, it's going to pop up with nothing right here in that area. So what you're going to want to do is going to want to click Create. So Create. Now we're going to call this Vanilla 2.0 since I already have one. Yeah, okay. So we're just going to click Next, and that's going to create the server. Now let's just, what this does, you can go here, Game, Servers. And you can see Vanilla 2.0 and how it only has Rocket and Server. Currently there's only commands, which is empty. Now there is a way you can input data raw, but USO makes it a lot simpler and more effective. And here's Rocket, as it comes with the server. So what you want to do is get your server ready, is go to Open Server Panel. So show your basic information, what your server's called on your computer, what your server is called, what people will view while joining the game, many more things. So we'll get into that right now. Well, in a bit. Now, information, that's this. Backups, that's a premium feature which I highly select, as I have my own backup folder right here. So if you're ever trying to add plugins or change out mods and if something messes up, you can just load the backup pretty easy. Plugins, Rocket Bridge is only active right now since you have not installed any plugins yet, which I'll get to after USO. Mods, that's from Steam Workshop, and this includes items and maps. Then UPnP, this is the most important feature of all. This is what makes USO good. It makes USO, it's the reason why I use it, basically. It has automatic port forwarding. Port forwarding is a terrible way. Sorry, not way. It's port forwarding is the most aggravating thing to try and do, because I tried doing this by myself, and you know what happened? I launched 2 instances of the exact same server somehow. I had 2 different links, 2 different ports that led to the exact same server, even though it was not even linked that way at all. On different ports, but same server somehow. Which could be an interesting thing to try out, you know, maybe in the future. Try doing that. People could see your server more. But, you don't really need to. So you want to make sure this is enabled. I already have it enabled. Now, once you just look through that and make sure this is enabled, you're going to want to go to Server Settings. This right here is what it's called in your files. As you can see, if I go, okay, that's a lot. I'll close that real quick. As you can see, if I go to Game, Servers, Game, then Servers, you can see it's called Vanilla 2.0. Now, if I go to Server Settings, you can see that name's here, and that's what that is. Now, server, this was your display name is on the server. So let's call it Vanilla by RG Union. Yeah, there we go. So that's our new name. Now we want this to be a PvP server as it is vanilla, and we're going to choose Washington map because it's one of my favorite maps. Now you're gonna want to probably leave these alone right here. This and this, those are fine as they are. Max players, you can't really go over 24 unless you're using a separate program other than launching an Unturned. Maybe like Hamachi would work, but I recommend just sticking to Unturned. Now, cycle of seconds, you're going to want to keep that same password. That's only if you want to keep it private with your friends. You can make a password like 123 or even just a space. I don't know if that'll work. I haven't tried it. Perspective, pretty self-explanatory. First, third, or both. I like to go with both so people can have their choice. Now, server port. If this is your first server up, keep it at 27015. That's like the default. Alright. Now, right here, port +1, port +2 will be used too. What does that mean? Well, it means that it's not only going to use just 2705. It's going to use port 27016 and 27017. So you're going to have those ports freed up and not be used by any other program, which it really shouldn't be already. Votify, you can turn that on or off if you don't want. I just turn it off. I don't use it. Allow cheats. You know what that is. Gold members. You know, make it gold server only, so only gold members can join. But why would you want to do that? Then you have do not show admins, which is a good feature if you have some admins meant for just investigating people to make sure they're not cheating or hacking or using exploits. So that's a good thing to have so they can't tell. Then the last thing we're going to get to is loadout and owner. And the welcome message. Welcome message, that's pretty self-explanatory. So you can just say, welcome to our server, and as you can say anything else that you would like. I mean, it's your choice. Owner, that's going to be your Steam ID, basically. So you're going to want to find that out, which you can easily if you start up your server and you connect to it. It will show in the log that you connected, and it'll show up your Steam ID, which is this long code right here. You just copy that. Then you restart your server, you put this in, and you'll be good to go, and you'll be set up as owner. Now, loadouts are a cool feature if you're going to have a PvP server that has kits, or in this case, loadouts. Now, 255, this is starting loadout, has MRE, trouser, shirt, GPS, military knife, and a bandage. So that means every time you die and respawn, or join the game, you'll spawn with this loadout. It will come in your inventory, which is a pretty cool feature. But the thing is, they do appear in your inventory the way that they're listed. So if you're just going to have a bunch of items and then close and Alice pack after that, you're going to want to switch the order, because then all that stuff will fall on the floor, and that wouldn't be good. So you can add an item here pretty easily. Say we want to add Alice pack, boom, add. And there's also a directory here, which is pretty cool to use, but I'd rather use, it's easier just to go to, that's funny, okay. So it's easier just to go to the website, well, you search up basically Unturned item IDs, right? And this is the best one to go to. You see right here. It has a nice list, really nicely organized, as you can see. They have everything separated, very easy to access, so I would recommend going to this. They have items listed in number sequence, then they have it listed by categories. But note, some number sequence items are not in the categories because they do not fall under any of them, which sometimes can be upsetting. Okay, now, away from that. So once you set up your server however you like, in the settings, loadouts, you just want to click save. Then for the settings, you just want to click save, and then you click start. Starting it will just load all your data for the vanilla 2.0 server. See, it's already loaded the workshop items, which there are none. So now that's done, you can quickly go to Unturned. Now, this is how you get your Steam ID. If you want to get other people's, you can just get it by them joining, or you can get their Steam profile link and use a profile link to Steam ID searcher, which are pretty useful. So now I'm going to servers, LAN. Oh, whoopsies. There we go. LAN, and look, there it is, Vanilla by RG Union. Now, if you favorite this, it should pop up in favorites. That means it's online, it's connected to the internet. There you go. So you can connect. Now, once you connect, you're going to want to go to the log, which should be this one. No, this one. Now, this log, see, boom, there we go. Player joined. See, now you're going to Control A, then just click over your name, Control C, and then save that for later. Now, as you can see, when I joined in, I spawned in Washington, the map that we chose, and I spawned with the loadout, which is fantastic. Now you can just go ahead and leave if you want, and you don't need Unturned anymore. So close that out. So we're just going to minimize the server for now, okay? And go back and go into our server files. This is where we're going to find the new vanilla server that we just created, Vanilla 2.0. So here's the config file, which just loot rate, spawn rate, things like that. You don't really need to mess with that unless you want to change how the game works. Now, server, you're going to find commands.data. And this contains everything of how your server. It's the base of your server. It's going to decide what map you run, what ports you're on, players, as you can see, all right here. It's all right there. Name, welcome message. You see, Unturned Server Organizer makes this simpler to use and adds some more features, which are pretty easy, because if you don't know all these, then you're left in the dust. Now, here's the loadout. So you can edit this yourself. I believe up to 50 characters. So, if you don't want to load out, all you have to do is simply delete this line, and it will be gone. Go down, boom, it's gone. No more loadouts. Now, let's say you want to be owner, actually. Boom. Copy and paste the one you paste the number that you copied earlier, and there you go. File, save, you're done. Done there. Now, let's say you want some plugins. This is where people have trouble with. Now, I already have some plugins configured to my other servers. So what I'm going to do is take them from there, my other servers. But if you don't already know where to get plugins, you can simply go and get your own plugins by going to Rocket Mod Plugins, and boom, plugin repository. This gives you a list of plugins. Lots of plugins to use. Essentials is a very popular one. I would recommend getting it. So let's say you download Essentials. Boom, I clicked it. Not really. It's downloaded. Okay. So, since it's downloaded, let me just quickly get it from another server so that we can load it up. So here we go. Going to another one. Rocket Plugins. This is where it will be. So let's just quickly take this. Alright, so normally it will download with, when you download Essentials, it will download with this file here, or just the DLL for it, which is this. Okay? So then, that's that. You have the files. You can go into the server panel right here and add plugins if you want right here, but it's just a lot easier to do it from here, the plugins for Rocket Bridge. Now you're just going to take the one that you downloaded earlier, just downloaded it, right, and what you're going to do is you're just going to drop and drag them into here, essentials.dll. So let's just put that right there. Now, I'm going to want to instant shut down my server, start it up again. You could just do rocket reload and that would work, but I like doing this just to check the console. I mean, it works same other way, but okay. So there we go. Essentials is working properly. just by adding the DLL. Now, Essentials have been installed, and here's your files. You can mess with this however you like, though. Now, when you go into Rocket, there should be a permissions file right here, which you're going to want. This is what you're going to want to work on for letting people use Essentials commands and different permissions, which is why it's called permissions. You're going to want to open this with Notepad or Notepad++, which is way better than Notepad. So, as you can see here, they only have access to the basics. That's what installs with Rocket. Now, if you want to change that, you can go online and find your own set of presets made by other people for specific mods, which is easy to do if you don't want to do it yourself. Or you can quickly copy one line, Control-C, go down one, paste it. And then you can just type in your own command. So let's say I want to let people use kits that are part of Essentials. You type in kits, then you do another one. Whoopsies. Okay, so let's just do kit. Let's make this one kits. Let's do some more. We're going to need kit list. And we're going to need kit dot. Let's do starter. Now you have to do this for each kit that you make that you want to give access to the individual people in the default group. Not individual people unless you set up this VIP ranks or permission groups. And you can add people to this group by copying a line of members right here. You copy this, Control-C. You go down one, same bracket line, and Control-V, and then you change the number to whoever it is by checking the log or searching up their ID using their Steam profile page. That's the basics of this. Okay, so that's just the basics. We're not going to save this. Just going to exit out. And now your server has Essentials, which allows you, if you admin yourself, by doing, you have to join the game actually. So let me join the game. When you join the game, all you have to type in is admin, your name. It doesn't have to be your full name, you can just do a part of it, which is random. So boom. That would admin me if I was in game. So once you're admin, you can use all the commands. All the commands are available, unless you restrict some with Essentials, which you can do. So that's just the base of starting a server if you want Essentials, which is what most of my friends wanted. Now, guys, if this wasn't enough, I'm going to make more videos on individual plugins to help you out, because I know you've been having trouble with it. I will post files too if you do need more help. I know this was a crude tutorial, it's just for demonstration, because most of y'all have been just, this is like your first time, and it's not been going easy. I know, it's not easy. I've set up my own. So, good luck, and goodbye.